Good evening, Moon Princess here, and tonight we're going to talk about the missing persons case of Zachary Porter. This case took place, he went missing in 2013. Zachary Porter, a Native American male, 25 years old, is described as being caring and humorous. His family recalls how often he would pull pranks on them and on his friends. He had dreams of opening a body shop in Los Angeles. His father actually says that he was several months away from being able to start his business. So Zach was born July 17th, 1998. He has brown eyes, brown hair, and a scar on his forehead. He also wore contacts. There was also a 2-inch scar on his upper lip. He weighed between 150 and 170 pounds, and his height is roughly 5'11". But when he was last seen, he was wearing a dark shirt, jeans, and sneakers. They consider him endangered. That is, provided we believe he's still alive. Unfortunately, with these cases, the longer they are missing, the less likely they will be found alive. It's tragic and it's heartbreaking, but it's the nature of things. So he was last seen heading off to sell his motorcycle to a man that he found on Craigslist. He left home at 11 a.m. and headed to North Bend, Oregon. He lived with his parents in McMinnville, Oregon. Some say Zach originally sold his BMW car to the buyer, who gave him a motorcycle and money, but a few weeks after offered cash to repurchase his bike. So Zach went missing on July 23rd, 2013, in Coos County, Oregon. Zach traveled to the South Coast to sell his bike, roughly 4 hours away from his home. Zach was able to sell his bike and texted his father after arriving at his destination, told him he would be home soon, but he never made it back. He is reported to have left at 11 a.m. that day. He was meeting this individual at a specific location, and they were providing him a ride home. He was meeting someone at a specific location, and they were providing a ride home. Sorry. As he had told Zach he was heading to Seattle and would drop him off on his way. When he went missing, he was heading to North Bend. His bike was being sold to this man on Craigslist. The whole event was going to take a day to accomplish. He was to sell the bike, then he was to be driven home. Someone was to bring him back to McMinnville, but this failed to occur. It is debatable as to whether the text messages he sent assuring loved ones were written by him or someone else. Zach had communicated to his family, his parents, that the buyer was giving him a ride home, while the buyer claims a friend was giving him a ride, and they were to meet at Myrtlewood Factory, which is a random place, but okay. He has not been seen or heard from since that last correspondence. Police believe Zach was dropped off along U.S. Highway 101 across from ATV rental. Family and police believe the text messages received at the end were not written by Zach, that he never uses ... when texting. According to Zach's father, Myron, in my mind, those are questionable. It didn't sound like Zachary. Given his size and weight, it is clear Zach was no small man, and likely would have put up a fight. They speculate that he likely hitchhiked, or did obtain a ride home, but wound up murdered in the process, possibly by a friend, if not the buyer. Zach looked at it after both his mom, who was disabled, and his grandmother, as well as caring for his young 5-year-old son. This is at the time he went missing, so his son is older. his dad. His vanishing is considered unusual behavior, as he was such an integral part of his family, providing support to so many. Authorities have yet to disclose any suspects or persons of interest associated with the case. They have even implored the public to come forward to provide any information relevant to the case. Though some have claimed the motorcycle buyer is a person of interest, I've heard multiple different things. So, Zach's family has shared they believe he was murdered. According to ABC News, family members have said that not knowing what happened is the hardest part when talking with his son. Sorry. We need to be able to say something other than, he's not here. That's not an answer for his daddy. That was one of Zachary's aunts making a statement. According to Zach's father, Myron, in a summer 2014 article, for him not to try and reach his son for even a 24-hour period, it just never happened. I believe something bad has happened, and I want to get to the bottom of it. As do I. Authorities have tried to gain more exposure for his case, seeking information from the public to help find Zachary. Authorities believe Zachary made it to Coos County, that his next known location was somewhere around North Bank Lane by Goodwill and US Highway 101 and State Highway 42. Family wants to bring him home. If you have any information, please contact Coos County Sheriff's Office. Case information can be directed by calling 541-396-7802 or 541-398-7800. I will have